Hey friends, I wanted to answer the hard question of who is Melchizedek? It's a fair question because Melchizedek is kind of a strange name, and if you read through the whole Bible, you only encounter this guy two times. And his original story, where he shows up as a historical character, is really, really short, only a couple sentences, and then we never hear from him ever again. So the original context is in Genesis 14. Abraham has just returned from battle alongside some other kings, and they've returned victoriously. And as they're returning home, they pass by this ancient city called Salem. And out of Salem comes this king, also a priest, king and priest, who offers them bread and wine. And then Abraham offers deference to him, offers him a portion of the bounty, and it says that Melchizedek blesses Abraham. It's the first instance where Abraham is blessed, and not by God, but by this human king and priest. That's it for that story. It moves on. You never hear from this guy ever again for the rest of the Old Testament. And it's only in the New Testament that some pretty big claims are made about who this guy is. In the letter to the Hebrews, Melchizedek is attributed to Christ. It's the argument is that this is Christ showing up in the Old Testament and blessing Abraham. And that's really significant because from Abraham comes the line of priests, and of course the line of kings as well. The entire Israelite people come from Abraham, and so you have the line of kings and you have the line of priests, but they are not combined. The Levitical priesthood is separate from the monarchy, and they come from separate tribes as well. This idea of a king and priest is not something that comes from Abraham's line. That in itself is significant. Also, the fact that Abraham offers deference to Melchizedek and is able to receive a priestly blessing from him makes the author of Hebrews makes the argument that this person must be greater than Abraham. So if Levi and the king that comes from Abraham is less than him because he is the ancestor of these people, then the one who Abraham offers deference to must be greater than that priesthood and that kingship as well. And therefore, this Melchizedek is a greater king and priest than any that we've seen in Israel's history. That's the argument that's being made. And he is claiming that this appearance of Christ in the Old Testament is showing that he comes from a priesthood that is even greater than the one tied to Israel, and that his priesthood is a kingship and a priesthood all combined, and he has the authority to do that because of the order. He is not of the order of Levi, but of the order of Melchizedek. Now, Melchizedek, that name means Melech Zedek, King of Righteousness, and he is coming from Salem, and we know this place. This is actually ancient Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Shalem, it just means city of peace. So the King of Righteousness comes out of the city of peace, and Abraham, the ancestor of all of Israel, offers him deference, offers him a tithe, receives a blessing from him, he must be greater than Abraham. And therefore, the author of Hebrews argues that Christ's priesthood stems from Melchizedek, or that rather he is Melchizedek, um, and making him a more fit king and priest to advocate for us as believers. Thanks, guys.